Right, so in tonight's video I'm going to be doing a custom roof rack. You can buy roof racks for Ford Explorers off the internet. You can get them on Amazon and wherever else. So what I'm going to be doing is making bars that go across. You can use the original bars that come with them, but if you can't tell, I like doing things custom, so I brought a nice big roof rack off Facebook Marketplace, which is off, I think, a Vauxhall van. Not in the best condition, but it was affordable. I'll put a picture on the screen of what it looks like on top of the van, on top of the Explorer. It fits perfectly. I already started messing about with it off camera, I thought I might as well do a little video on it. So that's what I'm going to do. It's not going to be as long as the last video I did, but what I've got to do is grind all the tacks off. Camera's messing up a bit. Grind all the tacks off, pull this off because I don't want this on here. And then these are the roof bars that I made before, because I used to have a tent box on top. So I made these, which made it sit nice and low, so it's like a low profile. So I'm going to mount them to the bottom of these, and then it'll just slide on how the tent box did originally. I'm going to be getting rid of this bit at the front, there's no need for that. And then if I need to add bits on, I can. What I'm thinking of doing is adding like a checkered plate that runs all the way down the side to cover those bits, and then have some sort of like wood slat running all the way across to give it that old school vintage look. And obviously the checkered plate I put on the side, get it all polished up nice and chrome or whatever, and then get all the rest of it powder coated just like gloss black, just so it looks nice, because it's going to be on top of it, so you'll never really see it that much, but obviously you might as well do the job right. So I'm going to start taking all this off, and then get to welding those bits on the bottom of this. So now I've got that off, I've got to grind all the tacks off, get it nice and smooth, and then I'll run over it with the sander. I'm going to send it off to get shot blasted anyway, or sand blasted, and then that'll obviously be ready for powder coat then. So, but best off get it as clean as I can until I'm happy with it, and then it's easier work then. As soon as it's powder coated and put the slats on or whatever I decide to put here, and then put it on, should do the job. So I'm just going to use the grinder and take off all these tacks and all that. So I've sanded all these tacks down, all of them, they're all nice and I'm happy with it. And then I cut that piece off. I couldn't undo the bolts because I like a stupid design, so I just cut them off. Because what I'm going to do is add like what I'm going to do down the sides, checkered plate, I'm going to do it across the top. Similar shape to how that was, that piece there. But a bit bigger, and so it works properly. So it just helps the wind go up and over the roof rack. So now what I'm going to do is flip it over, and then on the two that I've sanded down, I'm going to put these pieces on, just like that. And then what I'll do is I'll put tack there, and on the other side flip it over, and then I can get weld along this edge here, and then same on the other side, and the same for that piece. So that's what I'm going to do now, get it all measured up and mark where the ends need to be, and then go from there. Got them stitched on, finally the welders on. Got all them in each corner. Just like that. So now I can flip it over. And then I can put a couple of stitches along here, same on the other side, and all the way across, and then that should hold them on. And for the welding, that should pretty much be it. So what I'll do when I put the plates down the side is I'll drill holes and I'll put rivets in them, and then if I ever need to take them off, I'll just drill the rivets out. So I'm going to stick some welds on all these, and the job should be a good one. I've got the tacks done, or the stitches done. I didn't want to show it because I didn't want it to mess up my camera, but I've just put 5 on each side, and then same with that one. That's all it should need really. I'm not going to be putting a stupid amount of weight on it, but you won't see it hopefully when it's got whatever's going on top on. So give them a sand, and then clean them up. Some of them aren't bad, and then there's others that are a whole lot worse. Yeah, sand them all up, and then unless you want to add anything else, if you do this, that's pretty much it. So I'm just going to mess around and try and tidy these up a bit, and then see where I get up to with it. Right, so I've got the roof rack on, and all I need to do is add a piece that goes from here to there, just to support it, because I've got those bits mounted there, but as you can see, there's quite a bit overhang in the front. So if I put any weight on the front to stand on the front, it might bend it. So I'm just going to put those supports in, which are going to have little rubber bits on the end, just to protect the paint. So all I need to do is measure from there to there. Which will be about 8.5. And it'll be the same on the other side. And then I can get those bits welded on. didn't show while it was on the roof is where the sunroof will be. So I'll have to cut this one out and this one. And then what I'm going to do is take the thickness of that, take it off the mark for where the sunroof is. And then whatever's left from the middle of here, I'm going to weld either from there down to that one, just to support it so it's like a big square. So what I'm going to do is just measure these, cut them out, see how much of this I've got left, and then weld them on there, along with putting the legs on the front so it's in line with that one, but underneath. I've flattened it, so then when it's underneath, just makes it look a bit smoother, easier to weld, instead of cutting it round on the end to hook her under that. So it'll be like that. It's like how they've done it with the original bit. So I'm going to get those bits cut and then do some more welding. Right, so I've put a mark on this for the size I'm going to cut it, which is that piece there, because I'm just going to go straight from that piece flush with the end of that piece, because it's not big enough to come to here. So I'm just going to do it there and then round off the edges, same on the other side. So I'm going to get that cut. So I've got those bits all welded up now. Nothing pretty, but I'm going to go over them with the sander on the grinder, just clean it all up, and then it won't be too far off ready for paint. Got those bits on. Yeah, I'm going to clean it all up and then probably sand it all down and then get it painted. Got all the welding, grinding and everything else sorted. All the edges are nice and round. So now I'm going to load it up and then take it to get sandblasted. And then once it's sandblasted, I'll pick it up and then go take it, get powder coated. And then I'll go from there once it's all powder coated, get it all mounted up properly, and then decide what type of design I'm going to be doing. That goes all the way across the support beams, I guess. Whether I do like a retro style and use wood slats all the way across, or whether I use checkered plate or whatever. So I'm going to get all that sorted and then show you what it's like once it's all sandblasted and on its way to powder coat. I've just picked up the roof rack from powder coaters. So I'm going to go back, get the bolts and fit it on, and I'll show you what it looks like then. Now got the roof rack on, fully powder coated. So I had 2 layers of gloss black, as the first coat didn't come out that good, so they put a new coat on, so it's twice as strong as it was. Put my antenna on. I would have attached my antenna onto the roof rack, but then obviously I can't plug it in because I don't have the mount for it. But it looks the part. There will be a part 2 for this, as I haven't finished it, but the video's long enough as it is. So yeah, this is what it's like. And I'll finish it off in the next video. Hope you liked the video and subscribe.